The masked girl just stood there, taunting Poopsy with her voluptuous body. We were once classmates, you and I. Oh shit, is it Bertha? Is it Bertha from the original story? Oh shit! Poopsy squinted some more, trying her hardest to identify the girl. I had no friends at school, said Poopsy, so that makes you an enemy. Poopsy ran at her like an angry bull, but she slid out of the way, as her movements were so fluid like liquid. No friends, Poopsy? Well, that really is pathetic. You are such a hoot, the girl laughed in Poopsy's face. Well, I did have a lover once. His name was Grubs, said Poopsy as she leaped and spun around majestically like an orca with her hands in a heart symbol. Ha! Laughed the girl as she walked up to Poopsy and flicked her in the face. Poopsy, you are ugly and no one loved you, laughed the girl as Poopsy crossed her arms angrily. Poopsy's eyes suddenly opened as she used her special mind to analyze the situation. She knew someone who once said such mean things to her, but she was dead. Berta? Gasped Poopsy. But I killed you in my grand finale! So you've finally realized that I am one of the undead, the masked girl smirked. When I was alive, you might have called me Berta, but my birth is long over. Now I'm Death. Ooh, shit, dog! The girl pulled her mask away to reveal a skeleton face. Poopsy's biggest fear in life was skeletons, and this caused her to backflip in fear. Well, that's a 10 on the scale, Johnny. How? Poopsy screamed in fear. Her nails clawed into her own face as she gasped in agonizing terror of the sight before her. Her old classmate, now a reanimated undead corpse. What happened to you? You are a monstrosity to all creation. Okay, but that's a little rude, Poopsy. Look, I'm not expecting an apology, but please have the decency to not say that again, alright? Deatha sighed as she took off her trench coat, revealing her entire body to be a skeleton. A spooky skeleton. The coat and pants had been stuffed with ham to flesh her out. Poopsy gagged at the sight of the skeleton covered in ham. It was truly her worst nightmare and looked really scary. As the non-kosher skeleton approached her, Poopsy used her special mind to analyze the situation. She figured out that she needed to escape, but how? Poopsy remembered how, when she got really nervous, she backflip, so she decides she has to face her fears. Poopsy ran up to Deatha and closed her eyes. She was going to do the unthinkable. She was going to lick the ham. Poopsy's mouth opened up and her cute tongue came out. It was a tongue that she treated well with dignity and was limited to touching tacos and nuggets, but today she would violate it and couldn't help but shed a tear for her comrade. As her tongue touched the ham dripping from Berta's body, Poopsy's body immediately called up in response and she flew backwards, cartwheeling like a slinky until she broke through the window. Berta stood there in shock. Poopsy was just too clever. Poopsy's body flew through the air and landed in the graveyard. Immediately she started to cry, remembering Grubs and his bike. Grubs and Poopsy would ride, oh how they would ride with that bike and go to the graveyard and look at ghosts together with their special minds. Poopsy stood up slowly and began to waltz around the graveyard as she cried over Grubs. All the ghosts came up and watched the girl dance by herself, and they all got so sad and started to clap. Thank you, said Poopsy to the ghosts as they applauded her with tears in their eyes. A meaningless but heartfelt response. If only Grubs was here, she sighed. Grubs is dead, babe, said a bad boy on a motorbike. Poopsy looked up and saw Jeff sitting on a motorbike. Wow. He almost looked like Grubs in the moonlight, except he was taller and his name wasn't Grubs, it was Jeff. Oh, really? Jeff, Berta is back and she's going to kill everyone, Poopsy cried, throwing herself onto the floor and waving her hands majestically. Kinda makes you question your morals, doesn't it? Jeff said ominously. Whatever do you mean? Poopsy responded in a curious and sultry manner as she jammed a finger into her mouth to please Jeff. Well, what the fuck? Well, we are killers, Poops, said Jeff like an ominous killer.